Hi. We are live, going to you on our open cam, ready for open in 3, 2.
Hey everybody, February 16th. I hope you had an awesome Valentine's Day with whoever you do Valentine's Day with. We're going to try and cover a relatively slow week on what's happened in live streaming, but we have some interesting things to cover, so let's jump into it. So, looks like the Second Circuit is going to hear all the oral arguments that have been filed by Rumble in their free speech case, which I've been looking for details on and have not been able to find those as of yet. But that's supposed to have happened today. That announcement actually came out on February 13th. So it's in our radar. We'll be watching for any feedback. I checked Rumble and I didn't see anything new. If you guys know of any, please let us know. By the way, if you don't know who I am, and we're really thrilled to have you with us. My name's Christian, and we run a company here in the Midwest called Seven Talents, but we plan to serve everybody who is trying to make content online on free speech platforms, specifically Rumble and Twitter. Doesn't mean that we want you to limit your content creation efforts to only those two, but we are definitely recognizing that in the live streaming game that this is where things are going to be heading, or we feel that they are going to be going in, and we're glad you're along for the ride. Today's been a fun week with Rumble. Like I said, this whole thing with them actually going to the United States Court of Appeals to have oral arguments on behalf of their case against basic. I don't know enough about the case. I need to do a little more research on that. We want to try and cover that, but I'm excited somebody's fighting. As far as other news that's happened, today was a big week for creators, actually, on the Rumble platform. This is the second time that Rumble is doing the Small Creators Program. And if you're not familiar with the Small Creators Program, that is where Rumble actually takes in, they had forms, they were running forms for about a month. And then they hand select, I don't know what the number is. Was it 200? I don't think it was a ton. I think it's like 50 or 100 creators. Brian, did you know the number? Brian, I know he's hanging out with me today. By the way, my co-producer Brian is hanging out with me backstage. I don't even know how
You're still choosing to be. You're in control of the over the shoulder board, so
am I?
Those are in there, according to our production board. Their creator page has come down to.
Are you counting? That's awesome.
No, I'm not counting this. But it's rows of 5, so it's 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 by 90, 45, 46
46.
On our mural board here.
46 creators made
Yes.
it into the second round. That's pretty cool. I thought it was 100. I just kept doing screenshot after screenshot after screenshot. I'll show you what that looks like here. I can bring that in here real quick. We had the scene, just a ton of creators. 46 is not a ton. I don't know if
I'm getting all kinds of shit today.
One, but all of these people applied and were accepted. I found out, I did the count. I have already been following 16 of these creators just through relationships. The most interesting thing about doing content creation on Rumble is that there really is a very strong sense of community among the creators. So you get to know everyone. It's still relatively small. I'm not saying that in a derogatory sense, but Rumble creators in general have been, they are They are like the scrappy upstart of what the internet kind of originally was, in my opinion. When we were doing YouTube videos for Pwnecast, which was a show that I had developed in, oh man, I'm trying to remember what year that was. I have to pull that one up here. Pwnecast was at least 12, if not 15 years ago. I think it was 14 years ago. But there was a sense of community among those creators. It really reminds me of what's currently happening on Rumble. We're seeing like a repeat of pattern, and what Rumble's doing to foster these creators is actually uh, really noble. They're making sure that they all get front page access. They're getting mentions on the front page. They are. I think the challenge in general is that they're supposed to stream for how many days? I think it's. I had the form. I'm sorry, guys. I've been out all day handling technicals of getting a new vehicle registered because we are actually driving down to Florida. I'm hoping to actually go and visit Rumble's headquarters on this trip. So I'm a little flustered today because we've been doing video shoots in different locations and anxious about setting up our trips. But these guys, I think it's like, uh, is it a month? They have to stream every day. I think for 4 hours or 2 to 4 hours a day. Can't remember what it was. I have to pull up the form. I filled out the form myself. I don't remember the details of the form, but it's every day for like 30 days or 60 days or 100. Shoot, I have to look this up. Um, but what's really going to happen is that all of these creators are going to get a lot more access to being recognized on Rumble's front page as they do their um, programs, and really because of the challenge of going on daily, they're gonna grow greatly. The content that they're producing will be featured more often. There's going to be a lot more. I just see a lot more opportunity for interaction in general, and I think they completely get like $500 at the end of this session, whatever. Like I said, I don't know if it's a month or 2 months or whatever it was. But today is day two of whatever that time period is, Brian. That's as good as I can do. It's not great, but that's what I know. And like I said, Amish. This is someone that we've hung out with online and seen in different live streams. A lot of the people that I have met, like one of the very first streamers that I met in this game is Uncle Pudge, and he's introduced me to Aegis, and actually my first stream in general um, in this in on this platform was playing with early versions of Rumble Studio with Rick, who's the product manager for Rumble. So it's been interesting to see this grow. I think what happened is when I saw that they were taking this entire industry this seriously, I think really once Rick was on board, Rumble was a new creature. The release schedule kind of just exponentially. There's been news on Rumble almost daily for the past 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months, probably longer. I've never seen that kind of frequency of updates with any other platform. It didn't happen that way with YouTube. I think they were just really taking a lot of the investment that they had and planning and when they hit, they just hit hard. So this being the second year that they're doing this, I hope that every creator on this board sees exponential success. My hope is that everybody here doubles their viewers, but uh, they are off to the races. If someone in the comments could let me know how many days it is that they stream, I would be thrilled to prop that up right now. Um, But another story on our list of stories. I don't even think we had 6 stories. It was such a slow week. Uh, go back into my second frame here. Is that it literally happened like an hour ago? Um, is that Tucker Carlson, I believe, just did his first stream an hour ago using Rumble Studio. I don't even think that's something that I think is ready for mainstreaming. I'm not trying to be mean to Rumble Studio, but obviously they're piping their video and their audio into the back end, right? They're not using the tools there. Just looking at that white frame there on their show, they're obviously just taking the output from whatever vMix or Blackmagic system, or I don't know what system they're using back end, but they obviously are willing to start experimenting with this pipeline, and that's to me that's a huge earmark. Makes me wonder if they're really prepping for these ad reads. I think the ad reads portion is going to be the biggest deal with Rumble Studio, but good for you, Tucker. Glad to see you joining the experimental portion of the internet in this way. I mean, he is of course jumping in from X, so nothing's too experimental for him. Um, Also, uh, we covered the small creators news. Um, Roku updated their Rumble updated the Roku app. I guess they're on version 9.13. Said they did a lot of stability updates. One of the biggest updates that they had, though, is the ability to rate videos. I do not have a Roku television. I believe that my mother runs Roku based Rumble and does use it. So I'm looking forward to hear if she has seen anything different in the experience. She has Sastion One as her name because I set her up so long ago, Brian. It's hilarious. So if you see Sastion One comment, that's my mom. So in other news, I don't know. I have not checked our live feed. I should probably go take a look at it on Rumble. Let me see if I can pop it up. But the next feature that they said that they were launching, I think this was on the 14th, they were going to try and get a stream duration clock rolled out on their channel, which, as you can see here, it would show right next to the runtime, or right next to the live viewers. You should see the runtime of like this would supposedly be like 53 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm going to see if that is something that is happening over here, just checking it live. This has been kind of a effort. We're doing it live episode anyway, so let's take a look at Rumble User 7 Talents and pull it up. How have things been on your end, man? Have you been pretty busy saying no to things according to the hat that I gifted you? It looks like it's been a no week.
I've just been, researching into the dead internet theory, and
Yeah? Tell me
yeah,
about it. What are you learning?
just the idea that years ago we know that people were using bots and other programs and other fake
Oh,
accounts to
yeah.
basically build their viewership, and now there's a strong belief amongst a lot of us, and it's really getting popular on some of the social media sites that basically nearly all internet transaction is now
Been bot based.
bot human. They're doing everything they can to make sure that only the people they want are the ones who are going to get put into the stream of other people.
I think I've read about that theory. I think isn't that what Elon has been fighting against with X greatly? Is
Yeah,
like
it was
the
funny
bot purge.
when Elon took over and everyone's like, "Oh my God, I'm losing so many subscribers." I'm like, "Well, they weren't real in the first place, so hey, welcome to my world."
Right.
And
Exactly.
what do you call it? It's been you know kind of this idea that they can push in a tiny little box, make sure it doesn't connect to anyone they don't want it to connect to, make sure it's just another way that they can continue to attack your free speech. And I
Yeah.
scheduled a
Yeah.
meeting, my own meeting this week, where right next to a post office, right next to a bunch of open windows, just checking in with my bosses and
Hey,
trying
just
to
to let you
pretend it's
know,
work.
I did check the stream right now. I'll actually
Mhm.
push this up and crop it so it doesn't embarrass either you or I, because I think both of our eyes are closed. But it appears that that is not how it's currently working. Let me cut over to it and I'll show you. Um, it looks like we only show the viewer count. Let me bring this. I'm gonna crop this in a little bit and show you what I mean. So
No,
this is, yeah, live shot from right now off of our page that I just took, and we only have the watching still. So yeah, that's not happening yet, unfortunately. I wish we had that um, duration live duration on there, because it'd be good to know. I mean, right now we see on our producers tool that we're 16 minutes into the show. It'd be nice to know when you're jumping in the middle of it exactly where you're at. It's obvious to see that you're live, I think, by looking at the live in the bottom left hand corner anytime you come in, but that's still not the same as what I'm hoping for personally. So another thing that has been done, and we can probably test this. This was from I think this was announced on the 14th by Rick, and that is that uh, there are raids now, which is one of the main features in working with Twitch. Is you have the ability to take the audience that you currently have and hand them off to another channel at the end of your channel. So if you're watching now and you'd like to have the viewers that we have in a raid, we can test the raid. I can pop it here right now on the raid, and it doesn't look like it's doing anything when I hit /RA live. So that still hasn't rolled out either, but we can probably expect that to see that come out over the next week, since it was something they were expecting to have come out this week. So that is also something we are waiting on. And I think that's all the stories that we had right now. I mean, we have literally that we're on frame 8 there. There's nothing there, bro. It's been very quiet. I think people have been very busy since they've been doing the rollout of the small creators program, which, like I said, I'm excited for them there. That's a big deal for all 40. Would you say 46 people there? Oh, you're muted again. I think I muted you, or you muted you. You might have to unmute yourself.
I had to mute myself. There were a couple of background
Dogs.
noises.
The dogs are barking.
Yeah,
When
no,
you say the dogs are barking, it actually means dogs are barking. That means that you have your shoes off in my house. I want everyone to know that vernacular is different.
yeah, it could also be code for other noises not being made by my mouth. So
So yeah, so uh, I purchased a vehicle this week so that we can safely make the trek to Florida, and I'm going to be 2 hours striking distance from Rumble headquarters. So between now and next Friday, I hope to announce whether or not I can get a reason to make that extra 2 hour drive down to the headquarters and say howdy to people or not. I'm half tempted. The van that we purchased, it's a kind of a retro van. It's a 2000. I mean, it's got it's something my dad would have bought back in the day. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's green, not Rumble green, but green enough to be a Rumble van. And I'm very seriously toying with the idea of installing video equipment in the van so that we can record podcasts while driving down the road. So, those road conversations that we have,
yeah,
can you imagine like recording a 3 hour long conversation and then dumping that into a live show? That's a very serious thought for me right now for Seven Talents to,
or just send me the footage. I like to cut it down.
dude, if it's all
Definitely
in
do
ATEM,
some
yeah.
behind the scenes as you explore the studio and send that footage. We'll have that to show on Friday's show
So,
next.
so I'm putting this out there, Rick. If you're interested, I'm very seriously considering calling it the Rumble Van. I just ordered custom plates. It's going to have SAS on the plates, but if you guys if you're interested, we'll vinyl it, or we'll wrap it, and we'll call it the Rumble Van, and I will install video equipment in that, and we will have long road trip conversations. I think that would be amazing. So if Rumble's interested in sponsoring something like that, I'll install it and make it happen. So I'm throwing it out into the universe. We're going to see if it throws back. It's still going to be our daily driver, but it's going to be a rolling studio at some point because I have to experiment. But
Sure.
will it be the Rumble Van? That's up to Rumble.
Treat it like a like the Scooby Doo van.
Yeah.
So we have video equipment in it. Mystery machine.
Yeah, the mystery machine. We'll have like conversations with people, and at the end of it, pull their mask off. Oh, no. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about the road trip. So, so that means I believe you're going to probably run the news next week solo, or am I going to dial in? See, I can't guarantee I'm going to have like a perfect connection on a Friday. I don't even know if I'm traveling back on Friday or not. I'm trying to remember when that is.
Well, we'll have to talk about that
offline
and then figure out what the plan is. Because if you send me some footage, it'd be nice to show some of that behind the scenes Rumble. Gathering the news is still not my strong suit. I'm basically the one who just helps push the buttons in the background here. So.
Thankfully, it's a slow.
But I guess I could keep my my eye on this ghost internet and see what's out there.
Well, the Twitter is definitely killing a lot of ghosts lately. So, yeah,
and I still never joined the platform. So,
well, I would say I'll talk to you offline, but I'll get you set up actually monitoring just the company Twitter account. So you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to have a platform. You can have mine. You can have ours. So
this is how I log into Twitter now.
That's it. And we do take tips. If you have tips that you want to talk about different live streaming production news, I mean, that's what this is all about. If you're interested in possibly coming in and discussing either products that you're developing, software you're developing, ideas that you're working on for these platforms that we are also enthralled with, we're more than welcome to those ideas. Please send us an email. I'll drop the banner down here below. Would be info@seventalents.com. And we do both monitor that email. And if you have anything that if you prefer to use social media, you can like and subscribe to us on the old Arcane YouTube. Or follow us on Rumble if you prefer. I prefer that you follow us on Rumble. We are unfortunately Rumble fanboys, but we're gonna be proven right that this is the direction to go because freedom of speech will always win. And we look forward to actually hearing from you. Finding out that you have ideas, finding out that you have products, finding out. I'm hoping that we can get some conversations with some of the guys from EV Mux. I'm trying to talk with them about jumping on with us at some point. I've been sending out emails and invitations, but this is also an open invitation to anyone in the industry to drop us an email and let us know if you're interested in having conversations about where you see the industry going or where you think you can help lead it or how you plan to contribute to it. So, other than that, I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Brian, I'm going to miss you, buddy. I'm glad you're going to be manning the helm, though.
Don't worry. On Monday, I get to meet a bunch of dogs and swans and turn them into my coworkers. And then by Wednesday, I'll be on some other stream talking about all that we've done so far.
Sweet.
And all we're working on. So I look
forward to by the way, if you don't know,
this new stream.
Brian is also on Rumble. He has been working for years now. How long ago did you start on your script?
Officially, it was something I took out of high school.
Really?
Well, it was just the germ of the idea was this is the greatest job ever. We should share our stories and all the fun things we've done.
Right.
And then it developed into more of a what do you call it? Just an homage to movies. Essentially, what Crack.com became was my basic idea for what I was originally thinking was let's just have a bunch of people sit around a table and talk about movies. And then Crack.com basically did that for all the years. And then during the COVID time off, while I was working at a bunch of other types of jobs, I was also on the side writing. So yeah, we're probably at about 7 years now of crafting the
7
script
years.
until we've got it to
Wow.
where it is now, where it's kind of a
When did
modern
you you
American.
finished it just last year, right?
More or less, yeah. It's always been in the background of my life. As I pointed out, I did a screenplay read through all of last year
Which is
on the
incredible.
side in between my day jobs, and talked a lot about every time I've tried to work on it. It feels like it's a cursed project. But then you and I have been talking
No,
and
it
reading
is
some
not.
books where we talked about how when you actually start to believe in your following, you actually start to try to live that best life. Typically, the world or the how did they describe it in the book we shared? We talked about the just the distractions start coming in, or there's always just something that tries to push you off that following that calling. So
Yeah, well, if you're interested, please go check out Booth Monkeys. I'm gonna pop this up here full. But this is Brian's channel. We are. I've already committed to helping him making this film. We're gonna make this film eventually. We're already scouting locations, but we all have aspirations. We all have goals and dreams, and I think that we have been enabled. I will steal from the founders of our country. We have been endowed by our Creator to pursue those things with liberties and freedoms to do so. So thankfully, this platform gives us all the opportunity to pursue, whether it be straight up video production or whether it's doing something silly like the news on streaming platforms. Um, this is what it's about. Nothing should hinder you from being able to get your message out there. And honestly, if you need help, drop us a line, find us on X. We're happy to try and help as many people as we possibly can. We're improving our abilities to help people daily. We're just getting started. There will be a lot of news that I'll get to drop very soon. I've been teasing that forever, I swear, but we're very, very, very close to actually being in a place to help people in a much more efficient and much more capable manner. But right now, this is the meager beginnings, and those of you that are they're hanging out and watching us or watching all of our old archives, we want you to know that we all start in very humble places, and there's no shame in just getting started. So if you always wanted to make a film, if you always wanted to make a podcast or a YouTube series, or even just a YouTube video, you wanted to test it, we encourage you, get the camera on your phone, get out there and try it. Right now, Rumble Studio is the free, it's the only absolutely free, without any limitations. Now it's new and it doesn't have all the features yet, but I think their plan is to keep it free. Right now, you can go get a Rumble account, hit Rumble Studio, and start making content. And keep learning. And as you have questions, reach out to anyone in the community. The entire Rumble community will get behind you. The dogs are barking. Uh, we'll get behind you though too. We're trying to bring a bit of a resource of experience to bear for the general public. So, um, uh, we're glad you are taking the time to watch our videos, and we look forward to hanging out with you next Friday as well. So, I think right now I'm all out of things to talk about for this Friday. But I get the feeling that while I'm gone and traveling and on vacation will be the biggest news week we've ever had, Brian. I'm going to be scared. It's all going to dump on you.
that's
And
okay. I'm used to being dumped on.
but I will, if I have an internet connection, I have the ability to jump in with you. I'll help you keep this thing up to date. I'll be watching the wall. We'll keep filling the hopper, and every Friday at 7, right here on this channel, we will cover everything that's happening with the future of the internet. No, I don't think that's lavish to say that. I think we are working on the future platforms of the internet right now. So, welcome to the Bleeding Edge. We're going to be your ghost and your tour guide, your hosts, not your ghost, your hosts and your tour guides, because there is no fake people on the internet on our side of this game. We're building it on real people, and
That's
this
true.
is what it looks like.
Real people, real talk.
By the way, did you see? I want to close out with a video I want to share real quick. Did you see the video that Tim Pool released about his new studio build?
No.
Oh, I think we'll close on that video, and we'll roll out. Let me pull that up and play, and you can run the music on that as that rolls. I had it in my feed. You're like, you didn't have it ready, Sass. I can see it on your face. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I think what's happening is I don't follow Tim Pool on 7 Talents. It's terrible. That's going to have to change.
So many challenges, so many pages to watch. That's kind of what's been the enemy of the modern creator, is that there's only so much time in a day and so much.
There's so much bandwidth.
For your eyes, yeah.
Which is why you need help.
So,
it's why I need help. It's why I can't do this by myself. Oh, there it is. I found it.
Over here. All right. Going to it.
Here we go.
Thanks for watching. Until next time.
See you guys. Soon we'll have the same video. Wow. That's awesome. Look at that, man. May you all have the same access